The slow return of thoughtfulness. In a restless era, thoughtfulness returned quietly. Steve had always believed that thinking deeply was an act of courage. That belief slowly reshaped creators. Innovation learns to breathe. Constant urgency suffocated creativity. Steve rhythms intense focus followed by shape taught innovators to breathe again. When curiosity became discipline, Steve curiosity was not random, it was discipline. People learned that curiosity without focus scattered, but curiosity with intention built. What's the art of caring enough to arc? Steve arced before because he cared. His confrontations were never empty, they were fueled by relief. This distinction revived healthy debates, building for human, not headlines. Chasing attention led to shallow work. Steep approach built for human first, restore dignity to creation. The return of the beginner's mind. Despite mastery, Steve stay a beginner. His openness to learn uh, become a survival skill in a fast-changing world. When vision refuses to expire, trends expand yearly. Vision endure decades. Steep, long view thinking outlive technology themselves. Design trust into system. Trust become scarce. Steve had embedded trust into design throughout transparency and reliability. That lesson become essential. From productivity to presence, efficiency matter less than presence. Steve focus attention taught that being fully present multiplies impact. The courage to be misunderstood again. Steve was misunderstood many times. New creators learned that being misunderstood is often the price of originality, creativity without permission. Steve never waited for permission. His story encouraged others to create without approval, fear, or validation. When tools shape cultures, tools change behavior. Steve had always known this. This as a begun designer began shaping culture intentionally, not accidentally. Simplicity as emotional belief. Simplicity wasn't aesthetic, it was emotional relief. Steve design reduced mental noise, offering claim. Choosing excellence when no one is watching. Steve demanded excellence even in hidden place. This quiet integrator become rare and powerful. Innovation as an act of care. Innovation shift from disruption to care. Steve respect for human experience guided this evolution. The strength of focus obsession. Steve obsession was focused, not scattered. People learned that obsession without focus burn out. Focused obsession build legends. Learning to protect creative energy. Steve guarded his energy fiercely. Creators learned to say no, not out of ego but survival. The discipline of finishing well. Many start, few finish. Steve finished deliberate compilations. Become a discipline again. Technology learns apathy. Cold system was often Steve's Jobs believed that technology should feel human influence new generation of designers from consumption to creation. People moved from passive consumption to active creation. Steve Maker mindset return. The power of owning one taste. Steve trusted his taste deeply. Others learned that taste earned through exposure and effort is leadership. The quiet confidence of knowing why Steve Jobs always knew why he was building. Purpose become the anchor of sustainable innovation. When minimalism becomes meaningful, minimalism stop being a trend, become a philosophy, removing the unnecessary to reveal truth, building for the long silence after launch. Steve designed for long-term use, not launch day applause. That patience define lasting success. Innovations learn to age gracefully. Products were designed to age well, not expire quickly. Steve timeless approach guided this shift. The responsibility of influence. Influence carried weight. Steve's story reminded leadership that shaping minds is serious work. The enduring power of story. Steve understood narrative deeply. Story remained the strongest bridge between ideas and belief, designing for memory, not addiction. People remember experience that mattered. Steve design aimed for memory, not dependency. Leadership without noise, Steve presence spoke louder than words. Quiet leadership become aspirational. Innovation as self-expression, creation become a reflection of inner clarity, Steve authenticity inspire honest work. Choosing depth over scale. Bigger wasn't always better. Steve depth first, minds and gain respect. When standards become culture, Steve standard cult outlived him. Culture formed around expectation, not enforcement. Relearning the joy of making something real. In a virtual world, making something real felt scared. Again, just as Steve had believed. The freedom of letting go of ego. Steve Jobs' late life humility showed that ego limits growth. Letting go, expanding vision, designing for meaningful moments. Moments matter more than features. Steve Jobs' focus on experience guided innovation. The silent conversation between creators and users. Great design spoke quietly. Steve had mastered this silent dialogue. When vision becomes shared language, Steve Jobs' ideas become common language among creators worldwide. The story that refused to close. No ending felt complete because the story kept evolving through others. Infinity continues. Steve Jobs' story was never meant to end. It was meant to continue through intention, courage, and Steve Jobs' story was never meant to end. It was meant to continue through intention, courage, and care. Again and again without limit. This is no biography anymore, it is a living philosophy.